Well, good afternoon and welcome to Duff TV for this inaugural SFLW Div 3 match between the St Virgil's Old Boys Footy Club and the Hutchins Old Boys Footy Club in the SFLW, thanks to LJ Hooker. Here they come, running out for their first ever match. The girls here, after the reserves have just played, through the Guard of Honour. Wonderful to see. Led by their captain, Bree Lowe. There she is. She's out there with the blonde pigtails. Beg your pardon, there she is, about fifth in. And out they come for their very first time. Now, it's great to see women's footy alive and well at a traditional men's club. As we can see the girls from Hutchins about to run through their banner too. The SFLW, of course, well supported by LJ Hooker, the Pinnacle in property, and of course Brighton's Best Bakehouse, who have come on as a sponsor of Duff TV, supporting community sport around Tasmania. Now come the umpires. Great to see a couple of young ones running around the boundary as well. Just getting their final rev up from their coach, Edward Burrows Cheng. I love the way he's building the moment. And here they come. Led by their captain, Meg Purden. Through the banner she goes. And I tell you what, that jumper looks a treat. Great to see. I was talking with a few boys from the Hutchins Footy Club a little earlier, and they say that it has changed their club for the better, which is great to see, and they're excited to get out there, the girls. Molly Garrett, one of those players to watch. You can see her there, the number 4. A couple of girls down the back line as well. We're joined by one of the Virgil's legends and an all-round good guy, Joel Berry. Welcome, Joel.
Legend is ambitious, Tubes, but thanks for the welcome nonetheless.
Trying to pump you up there, Joel, but it's... Mate, what a day, hey? I know you're involved at the St Virgil's Footy Club. What are you, Prez?
Yeah, Prez this year.
President.
There's an absolute buzz around the club today, mate. There's so much excitement for the girls in this slot. Obviously, there's a bit of insight into the senior game, the reserves games, but everyone's ready for this. It's going to be a massive clash.
Now, how's the transition been for you, being an all-boys footy club for generations, mate, to bring in the women? I know you were pretty close to getting it up last year, perhaps, but given the COVID season, coming through this year's a great sign for your footy club. Yeah,
well, it's just a sign of the times, isn't it?
Yep.
Things are moving that way. Girls want to be included in football, and we're really confident in the environment that we had at our club, that we'd be able to welcome in a female team. And, they've really value added to what we're already doing at our club. And just the way that they've seamlessly come in and just been a part of it's been awesome.
I was involved at the Uni Footy Club for many years, and I was there when they announced the Women's Footy Club, that they were going to have one coming on in the SFLW. And it's changed their footy club for the better, and I'm sure it's done the same thing for you out at St Virgil's. I know off-field you've had a bit of success from as far as functions and events go, but it's been a great club on the field for many years. You've struggled with the men's comp for a little while, but everything's looking pretty good this year out there at St Virgil's. Yeah,
it's been a really exciting year all round. Obviously, with our kind of coups in the senior level and getting all those quality players in and just seeing the improvement across our group. And then with this happening as well this year, there's been plenty on the plate from a president and board level to get across. But you can't complain when things are going how they are.
Players to watch from your St Virgil's Saints female side?
I would say the one that you were just interviewing before, Bree Lowe, should be one to watch. She'll be forward. I'll give a shout out to Sonia, assistant coach. She'll be playing fullback. Sonia Marsh. She'll be flying down there. And there's a bit of a contingent of girls that I'll probably touch on throughout the quarters that are playing their first ever game of footy here.
Amazing.
So there's going to be a lot of learning, but so much excitement for the girls. I know how pumped they are, and I'm sure Hutchins is the same.
They certainly will be.
Beautiful day as well.
Oh, classic day for footy. I'll tell you what, if every day that I played footy was like this, I would have never given up. But I'll tell you what, they're ready to go. We're expecting the skills to be okay, and as you said, there's a lot of girls out here today that are playing their first game, but we thought as part of the Duff TV crew it was important to come out and capture a piece of history.
Oh, yeah. It's an historic day across women's footy, especially at an old scholars level, which has typically been a very male-dominated competition. And just, what they've added in terms of just their capacity to be volunteers and give back to the club is awesome.
That's exactly right, mate. You've now got the capacity to earn of 50% more of the population potentially out there. And that's why I think the Uni Footy Club have been so successful off the field with their volunteers, board members, and all that sort of stuff that really are needed to make a footy club go around. Yeah,
and it was really good to work with Hutchins this week on allowing the girls to have this slot kind of in the middle. The reserves boys will stick around, the senior boys will be here. Should be a good crowd rolling in through Queenborough in the next hour, I would have thought.
There was talk that this might be the most popular sporting game in the state today. Is that true?
No doubt, mate. TSL, eat your heart out. Get down here to Queenborough. That's where it's at today.
Well, there they go. 1, 2, 3 Saints. So Tubes Taylor and Joel Berry, your callers today.
Just a real privilege to just be calling this action here, Tubes. A piece of history, as you said.
Really excited, mate. I can't wait for it.
Really nice to see the green armbands as well. Real focus this week on umpire respect, and they're kind of appreciating the work that our umpires do. So really nice to see that. So
Heath Burridge, what can you tell us about him?
Heath's been excellent. Coached a little while at South East Suns.
Yes.
A few years ago, partner of Sonia, who is our assistant coach. And when we put out for applications for the coach, stepped up, really keen to be involved, and just his organisation and his communication is fantastic. But I'm absolutely pumped for this first ruck contest, Tubes.
So here we go. We're about to get underway in a piece of history. It's the Hutchins Old Boys Football Club women's side taking on the St Virgil's Old Boys Footy Club women's side in the SFLW. Thanks to LJ Hooker and Brighton's Best Bakehouse, we are underway.
We are
going. Ruck contest, one down. It's popped up into the Lionesses' hands and they'll move the ball forward. Oh, tempting a bounce there. That's dangerous stuff. Quick kick forward. That's nice work. I think that's Cavaretta that sends it inside forward 50. Picking the ball up is Cameron. Can't get it away. Just keeps the ball in front of her. Out towards the teammate out there in Purdon. Purdon dives on the footy and we'll see a ball up. Hot start early, Joel.
I love to see a bounce straight up. I think it's fantastic. Just obviously been working on it at the training. Get it down. Give it a go. Why not?
Ruck contest again. Cavaretta. This one's one down by the Saints though. Dribbler forward through the back. The first score is a behind.
No, it's going to be, I reckon Hutchins are going to have some really prime movers across the ground today. I'm thinking a bit of an ex-Sandy Bay collegiate farm contingent. So there'll be plenty of prime movers out there, no doubt.
So this is Sonia Burridge that you were mentioning before.
Yep, our assistant coach. She'll have kicking duties for the day, I reckon.
Yep, she plays on immediately. Looks out to the right-hand side of the wing. That's a nice roost. It's got a long journey, but it lands in the arms of Watchhorn. Can't get it back. Purdon around the corner on the left, just into the arms of a Saints player. Couldn't play it, though. Diving on the footy there was Morris. Out it comes the back. Here's a chance now as they move the ball forward through Stubbs. It's called holding the footy, though. And that free kick will go to Burrows Cheng. So Burrows Cheng sends one inside forward 50, a little wobbler. Nice there with the hands from Absalom. Kicking off the ground, the Saints. Cavaretta going forward again, sends it long and deep. This time it's bouncing and bouncing through for another behind.
I think Cavaretta's going to be one of those prime movers that I mentioned there, Tubes. Looks like she's had a heap of it early on. And I think that'll continue throughout the day if Saints don't put some time into her.
Well, she's a hard matchup too because she's so tall, but great with her hands. So Burridge again.
One of those modern day midfielders, isn't she, really? Those kind of solid that could be playing in the ruck, but also just moves like a midfielder.
Davis got her hands to the footy, then got tackled hard. Now out the ball comes for Cooper. Saints trying to move the ball forward. Bounced over the top of Fisher.
I've liked the scrap from both teams early, Tubes. There's a real sense of the hunger for the contest.
Yeah, I like it too. Purdon, hard at the footy. This is the one thing I like about women's footy. They have no real idea how to protect their bodies. They just go in crazily.
Yeah,
and Woolly's taking a mark here in the half-back line.
It's a blessing and a curse, isn't it? Provides some pretty entertaining footy on the eyes.
It does. Nice mark there from the Lionesses.
What have you got for the Saints?
Saints. Saints and, well, it should be Saints and Lions really, but they're calling themselves the Lionesses. Here comes Cavaretta. Looks over the top. That's a clever handball into space. Running forward now. Here they come out the back. Going forward is Zeman, and Zeman's kicked the first goal ever for the Hutchins Old Boys Footy Club women.
And I loved it, mate. It was off the back of some really great handballing and really obviously some intent there from Hutchins to share the footy around. And that team-based moving of the footies resulted in that goal.
So Lily Zeman, let's take a look at it. She spun out of trouble, and it was a beautiful drop punt off the boot, and didn't the girls go berserk?
And I think clearances, Tubes, today are going to be massive. I think it can be really difficult to actually transition that ball from end to end. So I think winning it in the middle is going to be pivotal to any team getting on top today.
Well, keep your eyes on Cavaretta, because she's up against Sarah Tyrrell, who's absolutely no slouch. So this matchup right here is the one we're after. Bouncing ball out here, finds Debal Djokovic.
Yeah, I think we're calling her Randy.
Randy, okay.
That's what I'm calling her over there, Miranda.
So, here's Cavaretta again. Wow. With strength. And how about the 45-metre roost inside forward 50 for the Lionesses?
Yeah, they're a bit of time today on Cavaretta.
Scooped it up out the back. Here's a chance for Absalom. They dove on it. Nice work there again by the Lionesses, but pressure came from the Saints. Burrows Cheng gets one forward quickly, looking for a teammate in Reed. Kick came out nicely from Woolley. Dove on the ball there. Good pressure again from Reed. Reed with a quick kick, and this one goes through for another behind. So they're peppering the scoreboard, the Lionesses. Am I just going to shorten that to Lions? I think so. There's no...
Hey, mate, you're the colour commentator. You just say what you need to say to get yourself through.
Don't tell me that. That gives me a licence to just go berserk.
Yeah, no, I can hear Duffy's eyes rolling from upstairs, actually.
Out comes Burridge. The best off the boot. Purton just through her fingertips. Finds the player at the back in Stubbs, who drives it forward up the wing. Now a rolling ball out the back. Burrows Cheng seems to be everywhere. Gets it back again.
Just playing in front of her forward there. The forwards there need to just get up in front of the footy.
Clever tap there by Ashlyn, but it goes straight to the lines, and rolling ball inside forward 50. Pressure again everywhere. Woolley off to a teammate in Burridge. Burridge's kick goes long, trying to find Stubbs. They can't get it out past their centre line here, the Saints. And we'll see a ball up as Fisher holds the ball.
Yeah, there's a bit of a breakdown, I think, in that transition. About where the ball is now, Tubes, really struggling to break that line.
Now the ball's rolling out the back. Here she goes again. Cavaretta.
Oh, I think she's just got on the left foot there as well.
I don't mind that. Gee, tackle was hard on Burridge. Cavaretta came in through with strength. Rolling ball out the back. Here's a chance now for Abel. Abel's handball just dribbles forward. Spinning out of trouble. That's smart work. Got the kick away to Cochrane, and it goes through, touched off the boot for another behind.
All right, I'm really interested to see if some Virgils can just put something together here to break through that halfway line and really get a foray forward.
Yeah,
it
we
seems
just need to find some space. The Saints.
The kick-in strategy, Sonia's changed it up here. She's coming to another side, a bit more attacking on this side.
Like it. Mark taken there by Lowe. Hang on, that could be Ashlyn, is it?
That's Ashlyn, yep.
So Brianna Lowe might be in number 22, I think. Oh, big contest there. Tyrrell just wore one. Now Purton on the left, sends it up. This one should be gobbled up. It will be by Burridge. She can't quite hold the mark, though. Out the back, here's a chance now for Crawford's handball. Comes out towards Rickards. Gee, I'll tell you what, Woolley's had a lot of it down in that back pocket. Spinning around the corner was Morris. Morris, that was a good kick, and found Clark.
Clark on, we've called.
Plays on quickly, and the handball goes out to a teammate there. I think it might have been, yes, it was Georgia Abel. So the second goal goes to Georgia Abel. We'll check that out on the replay.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of confusion here on this mark, which wasn't called due to the distance. It's a bit of stoppage. It's actually a play on there, and given that nice handball, and I think another lovely drop punt there, Jude.
Well, straight through the middle there, Joel. And Georgia Abel gets a second, and Hutchins have snuck out to a quick lead. They are 2-4-16 leading. St Virgil's yet to score.
And as we talked about, Tubes, I think Hutchins have just really got on top in the middle here early. I think they might have an opportunity here with... Looks like Carburettor's not taking this ruck contest, so an opportunity here for St Virgil's to win the ball and get it forward.
Yeah, we've had a change of the rucks now. Kate Barker is in the ruck for the Saints, and Abel, after kicking a goal, goes back into the middle. Barker's trying hard in there. They just get it forward, though, the Lions. I like that the magenta's gone to a pink, though, here at Hutchins.
Don't tell them that.
Smart work. Quick kick around the corner. Going back with a flight. That was courageous stuff there from Woolley. Didn't know what was coming. Got a kick away, and that lands in the arms of Abel. Abel's kick goes forward again. Bouncing ball here will go out of bounds.
Yeah, just again, I had plenty of opportunities in that centre stoppage to work the ball forward, but Hutchins just hungry to get their hands on the footy at that stage.
You can just see that, as you say, they're hungry, the Hutchins Lions, or Lionesses. I'm just going to stick with something.
You know, you just need to be a little bit politically correct. I know you always are in here, Tubes.
Abel out of the ruck. Actually, that was Georgia Morris that got it out of the ruck and kicked it forward.
Yeah, just need it. They're getting it okay to this 50-metre line, St Virgil's, but it's when they get to that point, just kind of breaking down. Maybe that's not as much coming up from our high half forwards as we need, but there's just not a lot of connection there at this point in time.
So who are some of the players that are on debut for the St Virgil Saints?
Yeah,
playing their first game ever.
Looking through, Lucy Cooper, number 4, Charlotte Cooper, number 7. Courtney Pearce, number 9. Abigail Singles, number 11. Tyler Davis. Yeah, plenty out there. Oh, Sarah Tyrrell. Plenty of guys playing their first game. So I think that it's going to be a bit of an interesting quarter, this one, where girls are still kind of like, oh, this is actual footy. Spin
around the corner from Abel was good. Good kick off the ground there from Burridge. Burridge's kick found the teammate in Stubbs, and she was tackled into the ground. Actually, it was Davis.
Held on too long, I think. That'll be...
Yep. So a free kick going to Tyler Davis. A bit of apologies there. I like it. Umpire's doing a good job.
I don't think you'll be hearing much of that in the senior game, Tubes.
No, I don't think so, Joel. Short one's on. This one's a good kick, just out of bounds off hands.
Yeah, so
boundary throwing.
Some opportunities here. St Virgils really need to capitalise on the opportunities up the ground to win a few stoppages and see if they can get that ball forward to give themselves some opportunities.
Smart umpiring there, because it did come off hands. Whose hands it was, he wasn't sure, so he's just going to ball it up like that. Yeah,
our friends at TFUA are doing a fantastic job this year.
All right, and if anyone's out there and wants to earn a few dollars, get into the umpiring.
Mate, you look what you're doing for your job. You're out there on a Saturday, get the tan, bit of running,
Handball
money.
Came out from Pearce. And that one's going to be out of bounds, so it'll be a free kick going to the Saints. So they're forward of centre for the first time in their history.
That was an astute grab for our runner there.
It was. Who's that?
Blake Pearce, first involved as well. Really showed an interest to be keen. That's a great intercept mark, and I love coming towards the footy.
Out they come, the Lions. Fingertip of that one. Out the bat. Here they go again. Quick kick forward. No one down there at home for the Lionesses. Coming hot on it, spinning out of trouble. That's smart work from Molly Garrett. She pops it up to the top of the square. Courageous stuff going back with a flight from the Saints player in Cooper. And Cooper kept on. Brilliant stuff from the defender down there. Excellent work from Woolley. Can't quite get it out. Now spinning out of trouble. The Lionesses get it forward again. And a nice mark taken there by Crawford.
I'm liking the battle down there at the moment, Tubes, between Molly Garrett and Sonia Burridge. I think that's going to be a real mainstay for the game today. It's dropped short.
So the short one's on. Burridge, happy to see it across the line for a boundary throw-in.
Now, in all your experience down here, Tubes, is there a scoring end down here?
I always thought the casino end was a scoring end.
Yeah.
Always thought it, but I never kicked a goal at this top end. Kicked one, I think, in my uni career.
I didn't ask for your own scoring end.
No, well, I'm just saying that's my scoring end, the casino end. Get in! Mind you, there's a lot more with deposits than withdrawals from the casino end, if you get my drift. Out the back, here's a chance for the Saints as they get some space. Big tackle laid. Ball's just close to the boundary line. No, it didn't go out to the umpire. Hot on that one's Abel. Abel gets it forward, and this one's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, gamble responsibly there, Tubes. I think it's a great day to getting down to Sandy Bay for a bit of footy is always good, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Real sense of community down here. Everyone's pouring out of the cars. I'm talking scarves, cravats. It's all here.
Handkerchiefs. Lace handkerchiefs. That's a nice long kick. Getting underneath the footy down there. It's Courtney Pearce. She can't quite get a hold of it. Abel. Scooped up. Out the back again. That's Cooper. Oh, gee, she's tough. I like it. With a torpedo, if you don't mind, out of the back pocket.
That's it. Hands on the footy is what we need here.
Agreed. Tyrrell. It's good work from Crawford. Crawford's kick's a smart one. Touched, play on. Sophie Abel gets her kick forward, going back straight to the opposite 27 in Woolley.
Going into the game today, Tubes, my suspicion was that I think Hutchins will move the ball really well, and they'll move really well themselves. I think St Virgil's strength is going to be their contested footy.
Yep.
But at the moment, I don't think they're nailing it as well as they would have hoped. So heading into the game, yeah, I think Charlotte Cooper, who you've just pointed on down there, number 7 in the back pocket, is going to be someone that's going to provide that kind of contest. So it might be a case of taking a leaf out of her book and saying, this is what we need to do. We need to get our hands on the footy.
Well, we've got a boundary throw-in inside forward 50 for Hutchins. Lily Zeman lurking. Oh, there she is, right on cue. Charlotte Cooper, tougho.
Yeah, that's it. And we'll go stoppage after stoppage is a great way to get yourself back into a game. Just really slow it down a bit, win some footy.
Yep. So I'm not sure. We got about 30 seconds to go in this term in the inaugural game between the Hutchins Old Boys Footy Club women and the St Virgil's Old Boys Footy Club women in the SFL Div 3 here on Duff TV, thanks to LJ Hooker.
It's been a real great contest, though, regardless of the scores at the moment. We can really tell the effort that all girls are putting in, can't we?
I know you're a Duff TV. You're an avid fan of Duff TV. As out comes Cavaretta. She tackled hard.
And I think that could be a real tone setter here, Tubes. Cavaretta's had a heap of it. Someone needed to put the...
We'll get another look at it if we can on the replay. Cavaretta.
She steps through one.
But then there was a great tackle. Brilliant tackle. Oh, fair dinkum. You copped the Cavaretta to the clavicle. And Danielle Woolley, who's been one of the best players for St Virgil's.
That's a poet's nightmare, that.
It is.
But it could be that kind of tone setter. You know, there's nothing like seeing one of your teammates go and do a real courageous act or a really desperate team action to get yourselves up.
Not sure who's keeping time here, but according to my calculations, time's done. Out the back here.
These Hutchins, you just never know what you're going to get down here, do you?
Come on now. That's a good mark there to Abel, who spins around. Inside forward 50, Zeman at the back. The ball just avoids her. And good pressure, but maybe a push in the back. You can't hold unless they've got possession of the footy. Is Lily Zeman too far out to score? Well, we saw she's a beautiful kick of the footy. She might, just as the siren goes, perhaps. That's a beautiful kick. And just through for another behind. So they've kicked 2 goals 5 in their first term here at Queenborough Oval.
Yeah, they've got to be happy with that. The way that they've moved the ball forward, they've really deserved these opportunities they've had to score.
This might be the scoring end. Maybe I've got it all wrong, Joel.
We'll have a debrief at half-time, mate.
All right, mate. Now comes Burridge. Little 9-9. Good kick, trying to find a teammate down there in Cooper. Cooper does well. She's being pressured. Ball stays in. The old Clements might attend Sharon. And that one's out of bounds. I'll tell you what, Sophie Rule was off. She was going. And
it's great to see the Hutchins senior boys and St Virgil senior boys over there really getting behind the women here.
Absolutely, mate. And I think that's the only way, isn't it? That you're one club.
Oh, that's it. One club, 3 teams. That's the way we're looking at it. I'm sure Hutchins are doing it in a similar light. Yeah, the way they're providing value, input, energy into our club, we just really want to get around them and make sure that they're comfortable here.
Tyrrell's kick was a flat one. Off the ground, they go forward again, Hutchins.
Rock Gibraltar has Burridge has been. Just kind
she certainly has. She's had it on a string, and I tell you what, I like the cut of Charlotte Cooper's jib too. Here's a quick kick forward, smothered nicely. She'll go back and get it again. Handballed over the top was Abel. Out the back, gang tackle by a couple of Saints. Abel picks it up again, just dribbles it forward, through for another behind.
Some strong tackling there, but I like the way Hutchins are persisting in getting their hands on the footy.
Well, the team pressure's been great from St Virgil's.
And I think it's just that It's just whether or not they're going to have the capacity to do that for 4 quarters. If they can continue to bring that pressure, more and more mistakes will come. But at the moment, Hutchins are holding up really well.
Burridge has come off for a spell, so the St Virgil's girls weren't sure who was going to take the kick out. It landed in the arms of Tyler Davis, and there goes the siren. Maybe they're 18-minute quarters. Maybe I've got my wires crossed, but it is quarter time here at the Queenborough Oval in this inaugural Hutchins versus St Virgil's SFLW game, thanks to LJ Hooker, Clements, Mitre 10 ID Clothing, and of course Brighton's Best Bakehouse. The goal kickers for Hutchins, Georgia Abel with the inaugural goal for the SFLW side for the Hutchins Old Boys Footy Club, and Lily Zeman with one as well. So it's an 18-point margin in favour of the Lions. Joel, how do you think the girls are going to come back from St Virgil's?
Personally, I think that I'm hoping, anyway, that quarter can serve as a bit of a eye-opener for them, and then from there they can really kind of get a bit of an understanding of, yes, this is what the standard is at this comp, and this is what we need to do to be successful in this environment. So I think, yeah, there was it was a really strong physical quarter from both teams, actually, but I think Hutchins just maybe 5% hungrier for that footy and ended up getting their hands on it, which really put St Virgil's under the pump to chase and tackle. So I think the focus for the St Virgil's girls this quarter will be whether or not they can just control the footy a bit more and get it forward. At the moment, I feel like they're playing a lot of catch-up. But all credit to the Hutchins girls. The way they've moved the footy, just the energy and pace that they've brought to the game, I think has been fantastic.
All right, Tubes Taylor and Joel Millhouse. Is that right?
No,
Berry. Jesus.
Take
Joel Millhouse?
Take whatever you can get from me, though, mate.
No, sorry, Joel. I don't know why I
Do you
did
wanna
that, but we're going to take a quick
my
break.
name up again if you want, Jerry.
Sorry, Joel. The president of the St Virgil's Footy Club, and Tubes Taylor, the absolute muppet from Duff TV. We'll be right back with the second term in just a few moments. Stick around here on Duff TV. Second term about to get underway here. And Joel, you went down to listen to Coach Heath Burridge. What do you have to say, quarter time? What was his message?
It's pretty funny, exactly what I kind of said before.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Got
go.
a real insight. Yeah, just hands on the footy. And as you know, scoring end down this end. So always kick when you go into the hedges. So let's see if St Virgil's can kind of get back on top here. Cavaretta's been a force of nature there in the middle.
She certainly has been. Through the armpits there of Crawford. Out comes Cavaretta again. Gee, she was tackled hard and nicely before she got her kick away. Right, bouncing ball. Here's a chance now for Abel. Abel got it out to Crawford, who goes across the face of goal looking for Blackman. Blackman from a tough pocket to kick a goal from, and kicks that one out of bounds on the full.
Again, it's that clearance work that has really set the tone there for Hutchins. Again, just a really strong clearance to begin the game with, and again, St Virgil's are chasing.
So it'll be Burridge to take the kick from fullback.
The runner's coming out for St Virgil's. I think there may be something of that light being directed out there at the moment.
Geez, it's as if we've got a coach in the box with us here. Bouncing ball, it'll be Abel that goes over the top into the path of an opposition player and Pearce. Pearce has India Watchhorn on her hammer, and we'll see it go out of bounds. And we'll see a free kick going to Hutchins. No, he's going to ball it up. I like that.
Give them an opportunity to work on their stoppage work, I think. It's great to see a huge crowd down here, Tubes.
Oh, it's building, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Building nicely.
Yeah, the Old Scholars crowds have been fantastic this year so far, across not just St Virgil's games, but across the whole competition.
Big tackle by Garrett. laid on Danielle Woolley, who hasn't taken a backwards step at all today. Bouncing ball here for McVilly. Beg your pardon.
Garrett and Woolley seem to be cruising around in two different positions. I know Garrett was probably at full forward at the back end of that first quarter, while Woolley was at half back. So maybe they've put these balls around the footy tubes.
I love it. So a ball up here at half forward for Hutchins. The ruck contest is won down by Cavaretto. Diving on the ball down there is Purdon and Woolley. I'll tell you what, Woolley copped a Cavaretta straight across the ribs, but she's back out there. She's tough.
Yeah, and I think they're not Cavaretta is not necessarily hasn't been dominant in the ruck, but I think it's when it gets out of the stop, out into the ground. She's moving like an extra midfielder, and I think that's where she's really putting her foot down in this contest. Is one of those kind of modern day ruckmen who are kind of a bit of a Mark Blick calves, if you will.
Yep. Abel gets her kick forward. There's a bouncing ball here for Ricketts. Out it comes the back now for Crawford. Crawford's hands goes over the top. Cochrane gets called to play on. Got a kick away just. Has it gone through for a goal? I think it has. Abby Cochrane gets the first of the second term.
I've loved the game. Is it Crawford down there, number 5? It's been fantastic the way she's come up with the footy and got her hands on it. I've really liked the energy she's given down there, and I think she kicked that footy there. And again, some pretty good teamwork from the Hutchins girls. Really, a real intent to bring their teammates into the game.
No, you're absolutely right. Cochrane got called to play on there, and luckily she got a kick away. And as she was slung, I think that tackle give the ball a little bit of action to get it through the goals there.
So here we go again, Tubes. The all-important centre clearance.
Yep.
Who can get on top here? Looks like some Virgils are rocking a sweeper.
Yep.
And Hutchins may be doing the same, as a bit deeper.
Kate Barker's in the ruck up, and it's Cavaretta. Cavaretta wins it down. Through with strength was Langford. Coming through harder there was Crawford, one of your favourite players, Cochrane. Out the back, Barker just tunnel ball. Cochrane again, the goal kicker, got it away. That's a little high tackle umpire. I should see that one does.
And again, that wasn't a
Barker.
clear breakaway from Hutchins, but just through their energy and just forcing that ball forward, they were able to get it to where it is now, which is a dangerous spot for the St Virgil's girls.
Through the fingertips there of a player in Courtney Pearce. Handball came out from Abel of the Georgia variety. Goes longer, trying to find Sophie Abel, and Sophie Abel takes the mark. Green teeth in respect to the umpires, no doubt. Oh, and that's a good spot up. Cavaretta with a little beautiful pass. Gee, it just slipped through the fingertips of Rickards. Out the back, here's a chance for Crawford. Crawford gets gang tackled by two St Virgil's players and is going to be caught holding the ball. Great tackle.
I'll put the mocker on her. Commentator's curse.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've really enjoyed watching Charlotte Cooper.
Yep, I think there's been a real kind of tone setter down there. When the big act needs to happen, she's the one to do it.
His kick comes out wider still. Garrett gets pushed off the ball by a couple of Saints. Then went in for the tackle. Got it forward. Purdon. Purdon's kick is a dribbler down towards Abel. Abel's got Cavaretta running if she wants. She goes in that direction. Cavaretta's not too far out to score here, let me tell you that. She goes on the right boot, sends it long towards goal. Brilliant goal from the ruckman, Cavaretta. And the second goal of the second term goes to that player on screen, Rani Cavaretta.
And again, just what we talked about, Tubes, her ability to get around the ground and not just be your traditional tap ruckman. Like here she is playing as a midfielder pretty much and surging forward. And yeah, good as kick as you'll see down here at Queenborough, straight for the middle.
Well, the margin out now to 30 points. And I'll tell you what, Cavaretta, she'd get a game in most women's sides in Tasmania.
Yeah, I don't think she'd have any trouble slotting into one of those Tier 1 sides, just the way she's moving today. And I think St Virgil's really do need to put some time in to how they're going to combat that, because at the moment it seems as if she's brought her own ball, for lack of a better word.
Her own Mitre 10's Clements Sharon. Oh, and there she goes again. Oh, she ran into a brick wall there in Langford, but they went and got it. Burrows Cheng with a kick out, going wider still. Nice work by the Saints here. Burrows Cheng with a tackle. Just affected it enough to get it into Blackman's hand. Blackman through her fingertips. Diving on the footy with desperation down there is Fiona Langford. Out the ball comes. Here's a chance for Delbert Jakovic. Now they run forward. Cavaretta with the old 1-2. Handballed it to Langford through her fingertips. Running through fast was Rule. She's got pace, Sophie Rule.
I think they'd be really disappointed with that last effort there, Tubes. 25 there. Rule was able to step through 3 of the St Virgil's girls and surge the ball forward, and that's just not the pressure that's going to get you to win games of footy.
Maybe they need you, instead of being up here in the commentary box, just down on the sideline doing a bit of coaching from the boundary.
Look, it's glass houses from me. I don't think I've played a tackle in about 3 years of a game of footy, but I'm told it helps.
Good work there by Kate Barker. Out the ball through the back there for Blackman. Got her kick forward. Bouncing ball, Burridge. The brick wall.
Beeline Burridge, just straight through.
Punching it away. Cavaretta. Oh, big tackle again on Cavaretta from Langford. She's worn a couple of tackles, Cavaretta. And now the Saints with a bit of space.
And that's what they need. They just need some of the girls to say, step up. No, I'm going to be the one to tackle. I'm going to be one to put on the pressure.
Here they go. They can get a hold of the footy. Scooped it out there was low. Haven't called her name too much. Here comes Burrows Cheng with a short one. Nice fist from behind there from Debak Djekovic. We'll just call her Randy.
Yeah, Randy's good.
Cavaretto gets tackled. Got her hands away just out towards a teammate in Blackman. Off to Watchorn. Watchorn protecting the ball beautifully. Got tackled nicely though. Good tackle there by Tyler Davis, and we'll see a ball up on the half-forward line for the Alliance.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what goes on with St Virgil's coaching and the forward structure at the moment, because I know there are a few of St Virgil's stronger players who are forward, and whether or not they'll be moved up the ground to assist in that kind of winning of the footy. There's always that catch-22 is who we kicking it to when it gets down there, that kind of question. So that's why I'm not coaching today, Jubes. That's why I'm up here with you.
Randy did well, got a fist on the footy. Now towards a teammate in Stubbs. There's Randy again with a nice tackle. That is, of course, Miranda Delbajakovic.
I think that's pretty good.
Delbajakovic?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll run with that. You can't, don't even whisper it, mate. Delbajakovic.
I'm trying to say it in my head.
Out the back, Barker. Got it off to a teammate there. Here's Cooper. She won't take a backward step. Oh, shrugs a tackle with strength, a la Dustin Martin. Punched away nicely there by... Oh, that's a good tackle again by Woolley. Woolley just went in. You can't tackle Molly Garrett if she doesn't have the footy.
Yeah.
Yes, Brianna Ashland.
Yeah, the intent is strong. Just some of that execution stuff that needs to be tidied up here.
I like it. Delbajakovic runs after the footy. It's kicked off the ground though, scooping the ball out. The Lionesses go forward through Johnson's fingertips. Now the ball comes deeper again. Oh, it's just tapped away. Abel can't get it, and Zeman just threw it away. It'll be a free kick going to the Saints.
That's a goal saver. That's an easy goal there if we don't hold on to those tackles, so that's promising. Burridge.
Beeline Burridge.
There she is. I don't know if there's much capacity of the old turning for Sons, but what she does well, and that is straight through.
Yep, I like it. She's got the turning circle of a B double. You could call it B double Burridge.
I think that's what. Yeah, I've had a few of my family members say similar things to me. Turn like a truck. Yeah, and Sonia will hopefully not rewatch this later on and have my head.
She will,
training
and
this week.
you're gone. I'm a big fan of you. We're big fans of yours, Sonia, if you're watching this in replay. Of course, thanks to LJ Hooker making it possible, the sponsor of the SFLW here on Duff TV.
What are your thoughts on this new stand rule, Tubes?
Love it.
Love it?
Love it. Live for it. That's a good mark taken by Tyrrell.
Needs to come back a little bit more here.
Yeah. Through the fingertips there of Garrett. There she is again, Woolley, who's been excellent. Garrett tackled hard, just dropped the footy. Umpire said play on. Out to a teammate there in Purdon, the captain.
See some really good tackling here from St Virgil's, but still not able to get their hands on the end of it as it goes forward into Hutchins' forward line.
Burrows Cheng picked the ball up. It was that drove it forward. Out the back, here's a chance for Zeman. Off to Burrows Cheng. She's got a bit of space. Just pops it on the boot delicately. Bouncing ball. Which way does it go? It's out the back. Here's a chance for Hutchins if they can get another one. They can't. Brilliant defence work there by the Saints. Here's Delbajakovic. Out to Barker. Delbajakovic again just couldn't get the kick away. Abel's in there. In goes Barker again. Just stripped of the footy. This is great pressure footy from both teams.
I'm sensing some tired girls out there at the moment, Tubes.
Burrows Cheng got it away, and this one goes through for a behind.
Those repeat pressure acts, they can really take it out of you. The repetitive tackling, repetitive chasing. You kind of go like, oh, why do I do it?
Agreed.
Why do I do it?
Why do I do it? So, in the arms of St Virgil's again. There's been quite a few kickouts. I'd like to just see them possess the footy and do exactly that.
Take a bit of control.
Sophie Flack. Purdon on the left. Captain Courageous drives it inside forward 50. It's out of bounds in front of Canberra. And I think that's Fiona Langford or Tyler Davis down there. So 12 and a half minutes gone in the second term. It's a 31-point margin in favour of the Hutchins Old Boys Football Club. Their women's side.
How does that roll off the tongue for you?
Doesn't at all. Does it? Even. Anyway, I'm not going to argue. Quick kick forward again there by Georgia Abel, and it goes across the face of goal.
Yeah, so Virgil's just... I've sensed that there's been a lot more competitiveness this quarter in terms of getting their hands on the footy, but they think they really need to give themselves some reward here and try and get that ball surge forward and give themselves an opportunity.
I just think, yeah, it's funny because there's times out here, and it's so easy to do from the sidelines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just tell them, just kick the footy to your mates, just possess the footy.
Yeah. I've actually been pretty impressed by the skills from both teams, actually. Pretty solid marking, kicking, handballing. Obviously not setting the world alight in terms of those skills, but I think they'd be pretty happy with what they're delivering. Yeah,
absolutely. The other game in the SFL third tier is the South East Suns Grey, their second team taking on New Norfolk. I believe that's happening up at New Norfolk. So plenty of footy happening around in the SFLW today, that's for sure.
Yeah, across all three tiers. It's been a pretty wonderful start to women's footy, and just so good to have so many girls invested in women's footy.
Quick kick out came from Flack. Only found our Corso. She can't quite get her hands on the footy. Wonder if she's the sister of Claude, our Corso. Do you know?
I'd be surprised if not.
Symbols.
I don't know how many
from the men's.
Don't know how many Corsos would be at one club. So I think there'd have to be a bit of a tie-in.
Yep. So a ball up here on the half-forward line for the Lions. Punched away nicely. It's all Saints out here.
I'll keep an eye on her and let you know whether she starts running through people.
Or if she starts just symboling the ball like her brother. He's got no hands below his knees, Symbols. That's a brilliant piece of roving there. Ball out the back. Here's a chance for Lily Zeman if she can gather the footy. Delba Jakovic on her hammer. Zeman around the corner with a ripper.
That's
an
impressive.
Absolute beauty from Lily Zeman, her second. Let's take another look at that. The third of the term for the Lionesses. And that was the best of the game so far.
Yeah, that's impressive going away from your body here, actually. So she actually has the fumble here. Pretty good contest one-on-one, but just that intent to get her hands on the footy and going back across her body, that's a classy finish.
Absolutely. Joel Berry with the expert comments. What a goal from the Hutchins champ, Lily Zeman.
I'd be surprised if you see one better than that. Seniors, reserves, women. That's a good one. It's tough to do across your body that way.
Maybe for someone like you, Joel, but for Lily Zeman, she's made it look as easy as pie.
I was going to say, do not use this as an opportunity to pump yourself up here, Tubes. I will not have it. All right, so here we are back in the all-important centre clearance. Carveretta looks like she might be having a spell somewhere else, so they need to get their hands on the footy to St Virgil's girls here. The lack of sweeper as it goes forward again for the Hutchins girls, which must be disappointing.
Yeah, as the ball moves forward, the Hutchins girls just seem to be able to gather the footy a little easier as that kick out from Whitfield goes long, down towards the captain in low. Bouncing ball, Carveretta just carving it up through the centre of the field. That was a throw in my opinion. Nice work down there from Woolley. Got the ball forward again. Here's a chance for St Virgil's as they get the ball forward.
Jump on the footy.
Jump on it, says Coach Berry. That's nice work. Molly Garrett cops one high. It was nice work down there from McVilly.
Interested to see the St Virgil's girls transition here, whether or not, okay, we've had a foray forward. Let's see if we can now work back and get another one.
Too quick through there for Crawford. Little chip up over the top, trying to find Abel and co. Here's Zeman again. We know she's dangerous around goals. Handball's off to Sophie Abel with a short one. And it's just to the far side. Through for another behind.
So yeah, promising, but again, that ball comes into St Virgil's forward line, and the first person to get their hands on it is the Hutchins player. And you're always going to give away free kicks if you're the one-lane tackles all day. Got to get your hands on it.
Yep, I agree. Even if it's just to trap it, that would be my advice. So the kick comes out wide. Bouncing ball here. Finds Delba Jakovic. Her kick is a little dribbler. I don't mind that. Trying to find Langford. Langford's kick goes out of bounds on the full. So a free kick going to Hutchins.
And Burridge looks like she's just got the left hamstring up there. Just trying to get every last ounce of that hamstring out. I think there might not be many games left in it. I figured if she's going to come for me during the week at training, I might as well just kind of...
really get into her a bit.
Yeah. Figured I've already made an enemy.
Abel, as easy as you like, sends it home. That's Sophie Abel's first, the fourth of the term for Hutchins, and their margin now out to 46 points.
I think that's lucky to be her first, Tube. She's been fantastic today. I think even if that was her first goal, I reckon she's been involved in setting up most of their goals today. And again, some pretty classy finishing from the Hutchins girls. Really happy with the way they must be doing some goal kicking at training, and I'm all for that.
Absolutely. So it's half-time here at Queenborough Oval. Hutchins 6-10-46. Lead the Saints yet to score. Goal kickers for Hutchins. 2 to Lily Zeman with an absolute ripper in that second term. And Sophie Abel, Rani Cavaretta, Georgia Abel with the very first goal for the Hutchins Footy Club, and Abby Cochran. We'll take a quick break here, but while we've got you, we've actually caught up with a few people before the game. We caught up with the captains of each of the teams and the Hutchins Footy Club president beforehand. So stick around for those interviews here on Duff TV. Joined by the president of the Hutchins Old Boys Football Club, Sash Adams. Sash, the inaugural Women's Day today against St Virgil's. How's it feeling around the club?
Massive tubes. Everyone's really excited. We've had about 45 girls training with us at the moment. There's only 22 going to be out there today, but everyone's really excited. We're expecting a huge crowd, and a lot of work's gone in today, and we've been pretty lucky with the weather as well. So it should be awesome.
Being an all-male school, it's been a bit of a transition for your club, I'm sure. How have you seen that?
Yeah, no, it's been really good. We've had a lot of the girls who are playing have been around the club for a long time. There's a lot of collegiate and fun girls, but we really see ourselves as a community club, obviously affiliated with the Hutchins Old Boys, but we do have a connection with the Sandy Bay Juniors as well. So it's been pretty seamless, really.
And it's changed your club for the better?
Yeah, 100%. We've got 4 girls on our committee. We've got they're doing they're organising functions, and it's been a really inclusive environment. And we obviously can't wait to see them run out today. And I think afterwards everyone will come together and celebrate and enjoy, no matter win, lose or draw.
Well, all the best today against the old rival, St Virgil's, in the women's and the men's, mate. And congratulations on getting a women's team across the line.
Thanks, Tubes. Appreciate it.
Down here with the captain of the St Virgil's women's side, Bree Lowe. Congratulations on your first game today.
Thank you. We're really excited.
You're feeling pumped and to go against the old rival, Hutchins?
Yeah, we are. We've been training really hard for the last 5 months, so we're ready. We're ready to go.
And being an old boys' school, how's the feeling been around the club?
Really good. They've been really welcoming, and it's really great to be a part of a club like St Virgil's.
Players to watch out for today on your side?
Definitely Fiona Langford. She will be one of the forwards, and she's a really, really gun. And a couple of the girls in the back line will be really great today.
All right. Well, Bree, all the best for the first game today, and leave it out here on Queenborough Oval.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
There we go. Bree Lowe from the St Virgil's Footy Club. Down here with the inaugural captain of the Hutchins Old Boys women's side,
team.
Meg Purton. How's it feel, Meg?
Really good. The girls are pumped up. The Lionesses, inaugural women's team, we're keen. Good day for
And a home final in front of your home crowd too. That must feel pretty good.
It is. It's going to be so good. The girls are pumped. Everyone's here. Triple header. Hopefully we get the win.
And the boys have embraced you as well at the footy club?
Absolutely. They've got around us pretty hard. It's good.
And who are the players to watch from the Hutchins side?
Oh, Molly Garrett's looking good. Bella McVilly, Annie Clark.
All right, Meg. Well, all the best today. I know you've probably got a few butterflies in the tummy, but you'll be right.
Thank you.
Get out there and hit them hard. There we go. Meg Purton, the captain of the Hutchins Old Boys women's side here at Queenborough Oval. Excited to say the least.
Big push. Yes, good boy. You can do it. Ready? We're going to push and count to 5. 1, 2, 3. Push 4, 5. Good job. No. Oh, you found the light. That's it. Oh.
Hi, my name is Colin Dean, and I'd like to introduce you to Eddie. Eddie has pontocerebellar hyperplasia, PCH. Only one of 5 in Australia and the only one with PCH type 4. Now, apart from the fact that he will always feed through a gastric tube and communication will be difficult, Eddie will never walk, confined to a wheelchair. So, we need to get a van with a hoist that can take Eddie and his wheelchair to wherever he needs to go. We need a ride for Eddie. So we've launched a fundraising appeal called Ride for Eddie. Myself and a couple of mates have turned our Vespa motor scooters into wasps, because Vespa means wasp in Italian, and we want to take the sting out of Eddie's problems. And we'll be doing a ride for Eddie to lots of different places all around the state, raising awareness and collecting donations. Well, check out the website on your screen now for more info about the ride, and then click the donate button. When you do, together with our fundraising partner, Variety, the children's charity, we will raise what we need to get that ride for Eddie and give Eddie the chance of having a full life. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm so passionate about this cause, well, Eddie is my grandson.
Or as it's known, Joel here, M&J Butcher's Oval.
Yeah.
You know the boys at M&J's Butcher?
I thought it was Zambrero Park last year,
It
mate.
was
What are Hutchins doing?
well, they've gone after it was a year before it was Zambrero Park, and now they've got a little sponsor.
Sash, if you're hearing me, mate, I need you to just lock in a long-term sponsor for me, and just because this ground
Well,
thing.
you just got the bike track out there, no naming rights sponsor.
Nah, just the red bike track and just a little PSA tubes.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and haven't voted, get down there. You don't want that fine. No
Yeah.
democracy sausages, though, I
No.
hear.
Really?
No, there were none at mine.
Oh, rubbish.
COVID, I'll
COVID.
say. So let's say Carveretta. I've loved her game today. It's been a
Yeah.
pleasure to watch.
Up against Tyrrell.
It's got the one sock up as well, which I find admirable.
The old shin pad on, I reckon. Here we go. Here's a chance for some Virgil. Gee, ran into a little lioness, pack of lionesses.
Yeah, just had to
Did-
be quicker.
Carluccio. What a great name. And caught holding the ball. Jake Carluccio's caught holding the ball. Well, that's garbage.
Tubes say what we can't say.
Yeah, correct. Anyway, out the ball comes.
I'll hang as
Cochrane.
much. I'll hang a lot on Hutchins, and you can do what you want around the umpires.
Well, I love the umpires here. Tubes is one of the biggest advocates of the umpires.
Tubes thought about running the boundary.
I've thought about it.
That's
Cooper.
about as far as it went.
Out the back here. Rolling ball.
So we've
And-
just slid straight back into the contested footy, haven't we?
Yep.
Just straight back on it.
So a boundary throw in. Inside forward 50.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Yeah, well, guess who's down there? Cavaretta.
I wonder what the play's been. There would have had to be chat at half time. I didn't make the mosey over to the rooms, but
It's a long way to go from over here, isn't it? Quick kick forward.
see again, that'd be
wall.
disappointing for some Virgils. A kick out and the Hutchins backs are the first ones at the footy, and really not sure just behind the play here. It looks as if some Virgils are trying to get behind the footy, where really they just need to be there getting their hands on it.
Burrows Cheng got a handball out. Cavaretta with a quick handball off to a running player. And that's Sophie Rule. She's quick, but she's not quick enough to get around Delba Djakovic.
And what we wouldn't have been able to hear there, Tubes, I reckon, there must have been some great voice coming from the outside to give that handball from Cavaretta. And that's really impressive, I think, that the girls are using their voices to direct the play so early on in their footy careers.
Yeah, great stuff. As India watch on, she's going to get a hold of the footy here. She's got a little bit of time. Through the fingertips there, rolling out of the tackle was McVilly. She got onto another one, handballed over the top. Cavaretta got swooped there on by the St Virgil's player, then just handballed it away, just with a little scoop away. Went back and got it though, that's good stuff. Nice tackle laid again there by St Virgil's. Out it comes for Burrows Cheng, just lots of support, another great tackle. And brilliant play there from the St Virgil's players. It's Langford.
And here they finally get that kind of reward for that tackling, and Hutchins aren't just running the ball straight back over their head as of yet.
No. Out it comes here. Sophie Rule, she's quick through the cricket pitch area. Molly Garrett there, who's just been a real general on that half-back line. Gee, that's great, tenacious stuff there from the St Virgil's players with all the big tackles. Delba Jakovic gets it forward again, only as far as Garrett. Diving on the footy down there is Georgia Abel, and we'll see a ball up at half-forward for the St Virgil's
Do you get
players.
the sense there was maybe a little bit of a spray to the St Virgil's girls at half-time? Maybe
know.
pull your finger out and actually lay some tackles here, girls.
I would not like to speculate. Out the back, here she comes, fast as furious, goes the Lioness. Out the back, here's a chance coming through with pace was Cooper. Cooper just got tackled late. Nice one by Langford going forward, and the mark taken nicely by Fish.
Let's chuck it in long here. Let's chuck it in long.
So
Fisher.
Fish from half forward with a short one. It was on. Just diving forward there was the Lionesses. Purden's going to meet it. No, on the bottom of the pack. That was good stuff from Lucy Cooper. Out the back, tapping it forward. Garrett with a chance, gets it past Cooper.
Oh,
now
no.
time and space.
Carveretta out there running. She's had a bounce.
Had a bounce too. Like it.
I don't know if the Hutchins women's do fines, but I reckon Carveretta's got 2 for 2.
2 for 2 bounces there.
I got it. You love to see it though.
Oh, I
you
love
really
it.
do.
Rule. Crawford rather. Tackled high. Was able. Spinning around the corner. Quick kick forward. Bouncing ball over the back. There's a chance for the Lionesses. If they can just gather it up. She does nicely. Does a Blackman and gets it forward. Through from behind.
Can someone check on the status of Burridge? I'm yet to see her out there at the moment, Tubes, and I'm
maybe.
a little bit worried.
I'll check if she's down on the pine.
Unless she's really warming up for a run with Carveretto, I'd like to see her out there.
Well, there she is. She's tucked in right next to that stretcher, which is a problem. She's leaning back on the fence. You can just see her leg there. She's standing next to the coach. I'm not sure we're going to see her again, which is danger signs for St Virgil's.
It could be danger signs for me when she comes up here and starts listening to the commentary that I'm giving her.
Yeah, you're going to cop it.
Yeah, fine for me.
The president's given himself a fine. That's not bad.
$2.
Whitfield couldn't quite get the ball away. Out the back, here's a chance. Burrows Cheng now with pace. Swings around onto the right boot. Kicks it forward down towards a teammate in Blackman.
That's a great take.
Brilliant take. Off to Morris. Morris with a little dribbler. Rolling and through for another behind.
Somewhere Jason Dunstall is unhappy with that previous effort. We like to see them come through at head height here at Football Land.
I get the feeling that you might watch a fair bit of Fox footy, do you, Joel?
Yeah, just pick out the good bits with Andrew Gaze and Bernie Vince, and I'm away, aren't I?
They're both average at best. Delba Jakovic.
We could do our own kind of version of the bounce tubes.
I agree.
Bring back the map.
Yeah, I agree.
Duff, if you're hearing me here, me, you, Swansea.
Handball came out from Cooper, was good. Running through, trying to take it was Stubbs. Now a chance at the back. Spinning around the corner there was Watch On. And that one's hit the post, so it'll be a free kick going to the Saints.
I will say once, Tubes, I was coaching a junior girls game of footy out there at Glenorchy, and the ball came off the post, came back in, and all the girls kept playing.
Oh, smart.
So
that's the way it should be.
I think, do you reckon that could be a bit of a rule change?
Yep.
Try it in the NAB.
Try it in the
NAB. Off the post, play on.
I agree. I like it.
Every other sport, off the post, play on.
Quick kick out from Davis. It's a long one.
Oh,
big contest there, going back with a flight.
Hope you're not wearing headphones at home, users, because there was a bit of skin slapping there, wasn't there?
It was Watch On, I think, that went back with the flight. Burrows Cheng got it forward. Little push in the back there on one of the Saints players. Delba Jakovic does well again. Oh, that's a good mark.
It was needed as well because it was Cooper and Magenta. All we could see out there.
Cooper goes long. Now there's a bit of pace here. Just ran over the footy to Garrett and Purden. We know the way she loves to get in there and under it. And we'll see a ball up on centre wing.
And I think a really big learning curve for the girls on both sides will be that setup when they're not near the footy. Because I think a lot of times in girls' footy it can get really centred around what the ball's doing. But actually thinking about behind the footy, where do I need to be? Whether I should be pushing up, coming back, manning up, that kind of stuff.
Well, they can. This is the great thing, Joel. We've got a nice educational tool at our fingertips thanks to LJ Hooker and Brighton's Best Bakehouse that the girls can go away and watch.
Yeah, there's a bit of banter on the background of it. It's really just a day out, isn't it?
Might want to watch it in mute, given the feedback that you've given them live. Cochrane.
No, wait till I see him on Thursday.
Smart work, Cochrane. She dribbles it forward and out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, not going to be a well-loved Prez this week, I don't reckon, but that's what you get on the big jobs. Just ask Eddie Maguire.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes, but it's just fantastic. I love that hit up. I've been really impressed by some of the hand skills of the Hutchins girls. I think the way they've taken the ball today has been really clean.
I actually think that's been the difference, Joel.
Yeah.
The ability of the Hutchins girls to get their hands on the footy and then take those 3 quick steps.
Yeah, yeah.
And we know that a lot of these girls have played footy at Farn and St Michael's Collegiate, so they've played a few years.
Yeah.
Given their experience are probably going to be over the top of St Virgil's.
And
but
maybe even that netball background for that really clean hands, that reactionary hands, because I know when that ball comes onto your hands and you're not expecting it, they're normally at that hard hand level.
Yep.
That's not kind of guiding the ball in, ready to make a disposal.
Carveretta off to Abel. Sophie Abel or Zeman has a chance here. Nice tackle laid by, might be Tyrrell.
I think if anyone's matched Carveretta today in terms of a strong player, I think it's been Abel. Willing and she's been fantastic. I think the way that she's just brought so much energy around the footy, and every time she gets the ball, I'm excited to see what she's going to do with it. Here she goes again. Quick hand.
Cheng. Burrows Cheng gets a goal. So Abby Burrows Cheng gets the first of the third, and her first of the year. The former Queenborough Tiger followed her brothers up here to Hutchins, of course. Eddie Burrows Cheng is the coach of the women's side here at Hutchins.
Out the back there, Abel, Burrows Cheng. The holy trinity there of goals, we'll call it there, Tubes, because that was, 3 really quality players combining there for a Hutchins score.
So there's the bench. They're pretty happy with themselves down there in the magenta and white.
And I think they'd be some disappointed there, St Virgil's. They'd brought a really good heat early on in the game, but again, it's just one stoppage that you've got to shut off for, and that can be the difference between a goal and not a goal.
And now they go forward through Langford. Going back with a flight there. That was awesome stuff by Woolley. Couldn't quite get it. What a tackle!
That'll be hard.
Well, follow up. Gee, I'd love to see that again.
I think that's Woolley, who you've liked all day.
I've loved her all day. Watch this. She missed the mark. And then the tackle, how about that?
Especially on a player as strong as McVilly down there. Yeah, she's been a real rock every time it's gone down there. I think that's could be a bit of a tone setter for the rest of the game in terms of St Virgil's bringing a little bit more effort.
Short one's on in the pocket. Nice defensive work. Burrows Cheng gets the ball around the corner. Rolling ball. Delba Jakovic can't quite get her hands on the footy. There she is again. My girl Woolley. Going forward, the Saints just looking to attack in packs here. But it's the Lionesses that get the ball out through McVilly.
Oh, it's a great grab.
A good grab going back with a flight from our Corso. If
not
Claude
sister.
It's not. No, not given that she was able to take that mark. Carveretta gets it forward.
Your word's not mine. I'm glad I'm not playing seniors for a little while.
Dribble it forward again. Here come the Lionesses again. They got numbers around the footy. And their defence was excellent down there from the Saints. Out the back here's Richards. Gets it off to Abel, who goes forward towards goal, but this one's going to go across the face out of bounds.
I'm also keeping a keen eye on the St Virgil's players. I've got the votes here to do, the club votes for the St Virgil's girls, so I'll be definitely touching base with you after this game, Tubes.
Mate, I can tell you right now where I'm leaning.
Feedback. Yeah, I think we've really liked the game from Charlie Cooper. I think she's been fantastic back there. Burridge was in my... Can you get votes off a half a footy, though? I'll have to see whether the hamstring gets up.
Don't know. Carveretta. Oh, great.
Oh.
That one's right in the bread basket, but it's through for a goal. No, touched. Hit the post. Hit the post.
And Randy is going to be pulling the air back in, I reckon, after that one.
Right in the...
Carveretta is just doing a number on the clavicles today, isn't she?
Yep.
There is not one rib cage safe around Carveretta, whether it's ball or herself.
She wore it pretty hard there.
I think
did Randy Delba Jakovic.
I think the St Virgil's girls are kind of just deciding whether or not they're staying for moral support or whether they're going to get around and keep playing.
I think he's just taking the wind out of it.
Yeah.
Charlie Cooper.
No, it's never a good feeling when you get the wind taken out of you. For the
Oh,
one.
fair dinkum. That's a big left foot that's gone through the stomach there of Delba Jakovic.
I rarely put myself in positions to get wind taken out of me, but I can speak from a couple of experiences.
Nice tackle laid there by Georgia Abel.
I've also really liked the umpiring today,
Yep.
Tubes. I think they've read the room well.
They always do a great job.
They've kind of sensed that, yep, this is the kind of game we're doing, so let's just chuck the whistles away a little bit and let them go around kicking people in the ribs. I love it. That's a great grab.
Strong grab.
She's a bit surprised, I feel like, that she's taken it. I'm just trying to gauge a number on there, but gee, it was a
I think
good grab.
it's Blackman. I think it might be Maddie Blackman. We'll get a look in a minute, but I'm pretty confident it is Maddie Blackman going back and sends it through for another behind.
Yeah, that's a good as contested grab as you'll see today. And this is a benefit then again of Tubes of playing in front.
Yep.
Like if you hold that front position, you're going to give yourselves opportunities. Like look at that fantastic front positioning there. The defender's got full reach there of the spoil and still can't impact that.
Nice mark taken by Sophie Flack.
And you don't want Carveretta sifting behind the footy here.
Oh, there she is right on cue. You saw her running.
And I think that once you do get that ball forward, it can give those midfielders an opportunity to get back in that wall, and that can be dangerous if you can't break that. And I'm loving the crowd. Just seems to be building around this girls' game, and I'm really excited for the crowd that they're getting to play in front of.
Oh, Carveretta with strength.
Yeah, Sash, if you're hearing me and you want Hutchins votes as well, Carveretta has been.
Just mark it down.
It's been massive today. I'd be very surprised if she doesn't get an umpire's 3.
Yeah, she'd be almost best on ground, I reckon. Great stuff by Barker in the clinches and tackling hard.
And just also, I'm pretty sure Carveretta has jumped on the board of Hutchins this year.
Oh,
I think
that's
she's
great.
a board member.
That's great.
I've seen her at a couple of the SFLW meetings. So we've got a couple of our girls on the board as well. So I think that's also a really good addition for the girls at these clubs, is actually getting a part of the off-field stuff and the direction of the club. Which is great.
Cooper just got buffed off it by Georgia Abel. And that one goes forward again. Trying hard was Blackman.
And I will say Rani is absolutely lovely, Carveretta, but the way she's playing today, I would not want to cross her on the football field.
No, she's been outstanding today. I also think the Abel girls, Sophie and Georgia, have been excellent together.
Siblings, you reckon?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Cousins, siblings, whatever. Here's a chance for Purdon. Purdon just kept her feet. I like that, then just fell over right as I bigged her up. Crawford got tackled hard there and nicely by Singles.
And yeah, Singles. Singles would have. She started forward this game, so I think that's been one that's been pushed up into the middle to try and get a little bit more hands on the footy stuff.
Purton at the back, swings around on the left boot, drives it forward. The only player down there is Sophie Flack, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it seems as if Soph has kind of just plonked herself in that goalkeeper role. She seems to be behind the footy quite a bit here. I think it's definitely levelled out this quarter. It seems fairly even. Hutchins have got their goals, but I think the contest has really levelled out. That first quarter jitters are well and truly gone.
Boundary throw in. So Virgil's with the numbers around the footy. Just can't quite get their hands on it. Langford got it forward. Bouncing ball. Here's Carveretta. Gee, she's not too far out to score, let me tell you. She sends it long. Bouncing ball. Oh, Cooper's trying hard. Lucky down there, Sophie Flack.
Oh, Mark Schwarzer will say. Oh, she's just plonked herself there at the goalkeeper.
Great attack on the footy out there from Purdon. Later Shepherd nicely for Abel. Abel's kick around the corner looking for the other Abel. Here's Zeman. Handballed off to Abel, missed the mark. Quick kick forward again. That might have been Rickards. Is that the siren? No,
not
it's
on
just
this
a
ground,
horn.
mate. Must be the absolute bows over the other side of the road.
Big tackle laid on Davis.
I've liked Zeman's game as well, actually.
Yep.
I've heard her name pop up a little bit. I think she's been really lively with ball in hand. Really creative. And I think a lot of the time the girls are creating without even knowing they're creating. They're kind of running into space. They're just giving out handballs, and in that you're creating some scoring opportunities for those around you.
Nicely picked up by Langford. Her move into the midfield's been a good one.
Yep. No, and I think, with Fee and Bree and Abby, who all started forward. You can see them there. who are now all in the midfield. So putting the foot down a little bit there, getting some of the prime competitive beasts involved around the footy.
Touch ball play on out the back. Here's a chance. Is that one's touched? No.
I would love to get a replay on that one. That was an absolutely fantastic handball off the deck. As good as you'll see at any level of football.
Opportunistic stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the Georgia Abel, who got the first goal of the game.
So I think we're lucky the ball comes in and it kind of hits the ground, kind of something out of nothing here, but just a pick-up flick goal. That's unreal. Yeah, you won't see a better team goal than that. The way they just gave out that quick handball, nearly as if they'd been coached to do so.
Well, there we go. It's three-quarter time here in this SFLW third division clash between Hutchins and St Virgil's. Hutchins lead 8-14-62 to St Virgil's yet to score. Goal kickers, the Able twins, I'm going to call them. But even though they're not,
Severio and
they both
Anthony.
kick goals. Georgia's got 2, Sophie's got 1. Then singles to Abby Cochran, Abby Burrows, Cheng, Rani Carvaretta, and Lily Zeman with a couple as well. We'll take a quick break here at three-quarter time, of course, thanks to LJ Hooker, the major sponsor of the SFLW, Clements Motor 10, who sponsor the Sharon, and, of course, ID Clothing, who sponsor the uniforms. We'll be right back. Tubes Taylor and Joel Berry coming to you for the last quarter of this SFLW match in just a few moments. Stick around here on Duff TV. Final term about to get underway in this SFLW match between Hutchins and St Virgil's. Well, women's footy, Hutchins, St Virgil's. Who would have thought it, Joel Berry? But we're here.
No, we're living in a dystopian reality at the moment, and I'm here for it.
It's wonderful. I'm living it, and I'm loving it. Hutchins with the majority of the scoring, in fact, all of the scoring, but nothing. Take nothing away from the St Virgil's girls. They're having a crack.
And I think it's just probably been that, as we mentioned, that 5% probably better, or 10% of those skills, and just the ground balls that St Virgil's are missing, Hutchins are picking up cleanly and surging forward. I think definitely, can't knock the effort of either side. I think they've competed both really well, but I think Hutchins has been cleaner, moved the ball a bit better, and they've looked better going across the ground than I think the St Virgil's unit.
Abel off to Rule, who got tackled, and that's holding the footy. Great tackle out there. And it's great to see Delba Jakovic on the field again after copying the Clements Mitre 10 Sharon fair in the breadbasket.
Yep, I reckon there'll be a Clements logo on the rib cage later on.
There's a player down behind play. We see this ball rolling out. It's cramp out there, I think.
Oh, it is. And Lucy, that is not your job to fix, mate. Leave her be.
Well, I like it. It's called friendship. Have you heard of it, Joel?
Haven't, mate. Haven't got any of those. You don't make friends as a president.
I'll tell you what, Carvaretta there just fished it down the neck of Burrows Cheng, and it was like watching Big Maxigon feed it straight down to...
you don't know him, do you? Nathan Jones?
No, I'm not going to say Nathan Jones because he'll get dropped this week. My man.
Clayton. Petraka.
Yeah, the track.
Yeah, no, they're batting pretty deep in the Demons midfield at the moment, aren't they?
Going all right. Nice kick long, and there's a strong mark almost to Smith, who came out to meet the footy, and Molly Garrett just gets jumped by 4 Saints. And there we go again, Garrett, and the umpire says it will hold it up. I'll ball it up, thank you.
I don't think he's had much of a look in today, old Kiz, who just hit up at the footy, but you got to take your moments as a forward, and I think she performed pretty well there.
Absolutely. Carver it up. Gets beaten in the ruck there by Sarah Tyrrell. Quick kick forward by the Hutchins player. Bouncing ball. Now a chance here for Verity Reid. Brilliant
We need
stuff.
to pick up the footy.
Oh, how's that? Nice mark taken by Ellen Fish. So Fish from just forward to centre in the middle of Queenborough Oval. Looks out wide. That's a good kick. Couldn't quite take it with Stubbs. Has time to go back. Give it to Fish. Fish got tackled hard. Out it comes now for Watchorn. Got it off to Crawford. Across the face of goal here. Trying hard.
Oh.
Brilliant stuff there. Desperate stuff from Langford. Scooping it back. Langford now with a quick kick forward. Bouncing ball for Garrett. Lands in the arms of Smith. Smith's kick goes forward. Come on, St Virgil's, just keep pushing forward. We'd love to see a score here. And that's holding the footy, umpire. Bouncing ball here, picked up nicely. Watchorn out the back. Burrows Cheng just gets one off the ground, and here goes Carveretta.
Give it back to her.
Oh, come on, umpire.
Tubes, very
got to settle down. Singles quarter high there. You're
Tubes,
absolutely right call.
Very agitated here in the commentary box, and I'm here for it.
I just want St Virgil's to get a score. I don't care if we've got to change the rules for this last term. Just keep free kick. Here they go again.
No.
Fish got a kick wide. Burrows Cheng leads in the race. Smith hot on a hammer. Just tripped over nothing there. Did Kira Smith. That's a good mark. Solid mark.
From another Tyrrell.
Yep.
It's an esteemed name at our football club at the moment.
Oh, there's been a few Tyrrells. We've, of course, got Coach Tyrrell from last year. Umpire's called out a free kick. It will go to Ellen Fish, who's had a bit of it in the last few moments.
Well, there's a great bit of voice here on our hard mic here, which I'm loving.
Yep, it's a good kick. A strong mark there to Sarah Tyrrell. I like this. Keep it away from Molly Garrett is my hot tip.
Randy.
Oh, Randy Delbajakovic. I've pronounced it differently all day.
And it just shows, like, actually a bit of holding on to the footy, taking a few marks, and we're forward.
And getting in front too. I like it. Oh, a little bit of a swear there from Mandy.
I'm sure there's only adults
Randy,
watching
rather.
this.
Burrows Cheng. She went back and got it though, did Randy. Diving on the footy. Out the back, here's a chance for Barker.
I often say that, kicking the ball in the forward 50.
Oh, spinning out of trouble. That was great work from Crawford.
Oh!
What a mark! That is such tough stuff.
Both players there, I love that. That's Stubbsy, Taylor Stubbs, and I'm also loving that from Morris from Hutchins. There's a headphone users. Prepare yourself for the skin slapping.
You know that feeling down in your nether regions where you just tighten up a bit? That's what I got right there. Just tightened up in the chode.
Yeah, with you and me in the broken ribs land, we know that that can hurt. But no, that's one for the highlight reel. And sometimes on days like these, you've got to pick out the moments.
You do. Watch on. Got it forward. Kicking off the ground. Nice work from the captain Lowe.
And you pick out what were the moments that we did well. Not necessarily, okay, obviously across the length of the 4 quarters, it wasn't a consistent.
Was that Taylor Stubbs, was
consistent game. But that's something that you can bring on Monday.
I can tell you this with 100% certainty. I've never taken a mark like that in my life, ever.
And I can tell you with 100% certainty, I'm not surprised by that.
Crawford got it forward. Out towards Verity Reid. She got a handball up. Now a chance here for Rickards.
Oh.
And through for Bowen.
I really like the real traditional goal umpiring down there from old mate. He's really
He's doing it. He's killing it. I like it.
Popped the chest out and the 2 fingers are flying and, no, just wonderful.
He's doing a great job. He was up this top end before. I was keeping a very close eye on him. And now he's down the bottom.
I can see a few St Virgil's legends just piling in here as well. They must be coming down for the big senior clash at 2 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, that's happening shortly in the Old Scholars Association.
And I don't think that's not us filming. So if you're listening at home and want to come down and check out a good game of footy, get yourself to Queenborough.
Yep, absolutely.
See it live.
McFeely got it forward. Again, it goes forward. Here's a chance now for Morris. We've got a handball away. Oh, strength over the footy down there. That might be Whitfield. Now, Carveretta.
Kick away from her is probably my coaching tip at the moment.
If you see her, don't kick it the opposite direction. That's what you're thinking?
Yeah, well, look, she's been clearly their strongest player throughout the day. She's been well supported by Zeman, the Able twins, Burrows, Cheng, but I think
she's been
the tone setter today. Without her in that first 5 minutes, Hutchins probably don't set the tone in the way they want to, but the way she was able to move the ball and just be a real physical force around the ground really has set them up for the rest of the day.
Purdon gets it in, and that's a good kick over the back. Crawford, goal.
Crawford, I've liked her game as well. She's always been creating in that forward half. Disappointing for St Virgil's. They didn't get some reward out of their forward foray, we just witnessed that real traditional flag swiping from that goal umpire, and fantastic goal there from Crawford. I've liked her game.
Yep. And we can see
Bit
that
of forward
here.
craft here.
Well, it was just over the back, wasn't it?
It's just knowing where the ball's going to go. Drop zone.
Do you know
Drop zone tubes.
There's 4 Georges in this team. Georgia Crawford, Georgia Morris, Georgia Able, Georgia Johnson.
Gee, say some Georges for the rest of us down here, Sash. We wouldn't mind a couple.
You've got no Georges.
No, we've got no Georges. No, and Burridge, conspicuous by her absent in this second half.
Couple of Breeze. But Georgia, a very popular name in the Hutchin Lionesses. Here's a chance again for Stubbs.
Stubbs has been good in this last.
She has been, hasn't she? Nice roost going forward and gobbling it up there.
Again, that one, like forwards we're playing in front there, but just maybe a bit more of a look from our midfielders coming forward. Great grab.
Fiona Langford, who's lifted in this second half. Would love to see a score here. I don't even care if it's a point.
I'm hearing some really big screeching down there from St Virgil's forward end, and I'm here for it. And from 2 blokes that have made a career off talking and not being any good at football, I support that.
Blackman out the back. This will be a free kick going to St Virgil's. They keep it in. They can't. We'll see a ball in.
And by that I meant me and Duff.
You and Duff, yeah.
I'm sure you were good.
I've made a living out of anything. I'm selling sauce, mate.
Yeah, I've seen you in your corporate attire out there, Jonos, and
no, I'm
little plug.
A bit of emceeing stuff. That's what I do for the cricket, which is nice.
Like a modern day Peter G.
Yeah. I'm half a Peter G. I'm a nice quick kick forward.
Tubes,
Cooper.
T. Nice. Yep, we've liked her game today.
Yeah,
I think she'll definitely receive a couple of mice and Virgil's votes.
You can't give that away.
I didn't say which one.
Scooping out the back. Nice kick forward from our Corso. Maybe we'll start calling Isabella our Corso not symbols. Maybe we'll give her something different.
Concrete.
Tom. Or snare.
Bongos.
Quick kick forward there by Abel. It's gone through. It has. Let's check out the goal umpire. Beautiful work. Sophie Abel's got her second. She joins a twin. I'm guessing. I don't know if they're twins, Georgia and Sophie, but the 2 Able girls have both got goals, and they've both got 2 of them.
There'll be 2 proud Able parents somewhere out there, whether or not they're the same ones.
The kick was good. Just pressure again. Numbers around the footy for the Lionesses, and Sophie Abel made no mistake from about 30 out too.
Yeah, and again, Bongos our Corso there, just...
Bongos. That's a good one.
I think that's an upgrade from Symbols.
What about snare?
No.
There's a lot of snare.
Bongos is a real force, and I think that's what her game's been. I think every time she's got around the ball, she's just been real forceful.
And Isabella, Bongos our Corso, rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we've given you a nickname, Isabella. Bongos.
Yep. I hope some Hutchins girl just takes this in over the next few days and just admires the commentary gold they're receiving here.
Bongos our Corso. I like it.
When she wins the League B&F, we'll be there.
And we'll be there, pumping up her tyres. Out it comes now for Zeman. Nice work again in front. Playing was Cooper. Quick kick up the wing. Nice again from Georgia Abel, who's been swung back. She could have had 6 goals if she was still playing forward.
And is that a kick to the sister?
The twin. The Towers.
Fraternal.
Sophie Abel goes forward again, and that one goes out of bounds in front of Whitfield.
There's a bit of, good boy footy energies about kicking to your sibling, isn't there?
Yeah.
Did you ever get to play with siblings? Ever do that?
No, I never played with my brother, which was a shame. He sort of gave up footy when he moved down to Hobart from the northwest coast.
Yeah, I've had a couple of years here at St Virgil's with my brother, and it's been good to be outclassed.
I always used to kick to the coach. Here comes Sash Adams. Let's get him in for a little bit of last minute commentary. We can put you on the other commentary headset there if you like, Sash, as the handball comes out. Nicely swung around there for Bongos Al Corso, and that one's out of bounds from Bongos.
I hope you haven't been watching live, Sash, because I've just poured absolute grief on the Hutchins club this afternoon. But
No, he's done a good job. Hey, Sash, you there?
Yeah, no, all good, Chips.
Oh, we got you, mate. Lovely to be here. You must be really happy with the way the girls have gone about it.
No, they've been great from start to finish. Eddie's had them running like a tight ship, and a few girls out there showing some real promise. So no, it's been a good day.
Who have been your favourite players? I know you're probably tied up with presidential duties around the footy club, but who have been your favourite players?
Today, a couple of the Able girls, Georgia and Sophie, have
They sisters?
sisters.
Twins?
No, not twins. Not
close.
Big Rani in the ruck has been exceptional.
Called her name too many times.
She's got she's come from a soccer background, and she's just taken like duck to water. So.
And quick one, is Isabella Alcorso Claude's sister?
Correct.
So
Bongos.
Symbols, we call Symbols Alcorso is Claude, and we've given Isabella Alcorso the nickname Bongos. You like that one?
Very good.
A little bit more forceful than Symbols.
Yeah. No, very
And she's got better hands than her brother, who's just got the big two Symbols, smashing them together. Here's a chance now for Barker. She gets pushed off the footy, and the umpire's called a free kick like that, and we'll see Barker take the kick from centre wing.
Was it expected, Sash? Did your girls a little bit of confidence going into today, or they've maybe surprised themselves a little bit with how well they've played?
Before we get to that, we've got a contest here with Blackman, who just got pushed off the footy there, and Burrows Cheng repels the attack. Sorry, I'll let you answer the question there, Sash. Did your girls expect to come out and smash some Virgil so easily?
I don't think so. I think they were. They've only had maybe 2 competitive hit-outs, and one was the intra-club and one was against OHA, and I think they had confidence, but I think you're right. I think they've even surprised themselves. I think their structure's been really good. I think especially up forward, they've seemed to have a lot more time than they do in training. So no, it's been good.
Yeah, I think their skills have been probably the setting apart for me. I think they've just taken their opportunities better when there's been a ground ball or a mark. They've just kind of nailed it and then moved the ball forward, where we've been really fumbly over the footy. So credit to you. I think there's some real prime movers out there, especially Carvaretta, who we've called liberally today.
She's had it on a string. The Clennants might attend footy.
And I think I wasn't speaking out of school, Sass, but she's on the board.
Yeah, she is. Yep. So
Yeah,
she's
fantastic.
she's pretty well taken control of our governance situation with respect to the women's team. It's all team effort, but she's certainly taken the lead on that. And actually, her professional career is at Department of Sport and Rec, and she's a massive advantage to us at the footy club. So no, she's been invaluable.
Wow, got a few lawyers on the board. That's not bad.
A few lawyers, few accountants,
Yeah.
a few real estate agents. Basically, the story of our life.
President's a muppet as the kick comes out from the half-back line. Sorry, Sash.
President lives locally,
No.
I think is what we'll say.
Yeah. Now, I heard that he actually went to St Virgil's school.
That's right. Yeah, no, an old Virgilian, unlike Joel next to me. But yeah, no, I made the move about 3 years ago over to the dark side, as they say. But no, it's been they've welcomed me with open arms. And interestingly enough, today in the gents, we've got 44 players, 41 of which are Hutchins old boys.
Oh, wow. That's
and
amazing.
And then we've got a president and a senior coach who both went to St Virgil. So a bit of irony in that. But no, it's been a great year to date. And I think generally obviously this competition is extremely strong.
Great tackle, sorry, from Purden.
This
cut you
girl's
off there.
absolutely out on their feet out there. They're bloody...
Well, I didn't realise that there were 18-minute quarters, Sash. Is that the length they're always going to be? Is that one's taken by watch on?
I think that's right. I think they've gone from 15 minutes to 18, I think.
This is going to line up really nicely, Sash, with the seniors kicking off in about 8 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's maybe a bit of an oversight there. We'll learn that one for next time. But
I think that'll go all right.
all the more reason to get down to Queenborough if you are watching at home. It's a beautiful day down here.
Yeah.
Another behind there for Hutchins.
Get an Uber.
I just saw Georgia Johnson out there in the stack hat. That's what I love seeing. Another armadillo running around. I'm one for the stack hat. I like to see different things on a footy field.
So there's been plenty of different things out on this football field today, and I've really enjoyed watching just the and I think Sash would agree. Like regardless of results and whatnot, I think just the excitement that both teams had going out playing today was awesome.
Check out the kids hovering around the scoreboard there, Sash. Playing all of them, are you, mate? Or what's going on?
I think the promise is a Mars bar and a Pepsi, but I don't know. There seems to be a fair few down there.
Here's Carveretta. She's carving it up, and she just sends it on the boot through for a behind. I think she's kicked about 3 behinds as well.
She kicked a nice one on the run there in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah. She's
second term, she was amazing.
As good as any goals and as good as any performance you'll see, I think, in any of the 3 games today from Carveretta.
Guys, before we wind up this game, which is about 40 seconds to go, how have you seen the transition into SFLW football for your women's sides?
Pretty seamless, to be honest, Tubes. Obviously, both clubs are affiliated with the Old Scholars, but I think, there's obviously a few challenges going from the old TSL and SFL and combining that into a 3-division comp. I think I was talking to Russell Young earlier, and I think it's a good thing to divide it into 3. I think it really probably protects some teams who are probably starting out, and there were some pretty horrible scores the last couple of years. So I think as much as we can protect the integrity of the comp, and then if we can have some sort of promotion relegation system going forward, I think that'll really work well. So well done.
Carton for the girls, Sash, or what are we going?
Yeah, I'm probably under the pump there. We've got. I ordered
a few bottles of rosé.
12 cartons of seltzers came through the week, so I might have to get on some of those.
Well, there we go. It is the inaugural SFLW 3rd tier competition. The inaugural game between Hutchins and St Virgil's here in the SFLW, thanks to LJ Hooker, of course. Hutchins running out 77-point victors, 10-17-77, defeating St Virgil's no score. Despite the score, Joel, I feel like the game was relatively even around the contest. Just some of the cleaner skills from those Hutchins lionesses.
Yeah, and again, I think I've been chatting with Sash during the week. We were just really interested in the spectacle of the day and the kind of the historic imprint that this has on our competition in both clubs of let's get this day away, first game, and really set the tone that Old Scholars clubs can be a place for girls to get involved as well. So, big credit to Sash and the team down here at Hutchins for welcoming us in, and we'll look forward to seeing them up at Newtown later on in the year.
Well, the goal kickers for Hutchins were 2 to Georgia Abel, 2 to Sophie Abel, and 2 to Lily Zeman, and singles to Abby Cochran, Georgia Crawford, Abby Burrows-Chang, and Arani Carveretta. Better players on the day, Joel, I thought, for St Virgil's. Charlotte Cooper did an amazing job while she was on the ground, and this is what we love to see in the women's game right here. Right here, this is what it's all about. You won't see this in the men's game.
You will not, maybe.
I love it. I think
Very
it's
good.
bloody great.
Yeah. Because I think the girls at the end of the game, they're all
mates.
Yeah, they're all on the same page. They all just want to see girls playing footy.
Yep.
Regardless of, I guess, score or anything like that, they're all just happy that girls are actually getting an opportunity at a club. Better players for St Virgil's.
Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper was great in the back half of the Charlie variety. I thought Burridge was in line for a best player before maybe done a string. Thought our mate Randy actually played quite well, and I think Stubbs in the last quarter set the tone.
I'll add to that with Danielle Woolley, who took some great marks and laid some great tackles. For Hutchins, I thought Molly Garrett was great across half-back line, as was Maddie Blackman. But the 2 Abel sisters were terrific, Georgia and Sophie, and Lily Zeman chiming in with a couple of goals. But best on ground by a stretch, I reckon, was
Carveretta. Yep.
Rani Carveretta.
Yeah.
Well, Joel, thanks very much for joining us. Sash,
my pleasure, Tubes.
Thanks to you.
Thanks, Tubes. Thanks,
my name is Tubes Taylor. Thanks to LJ Hooker, Clements Mitre 10 for getting us on board. And of course, Brighton's Best Bakehouse for having us down as well. My name is Tubes Taylor. Until next time, we'll see you at the footy.